Jai Mother. Charanam Sharanam Ramambige. Charanam Sharanam Trayambage. In my heart is the endless play of thy delight. In my life, thy will is ever taking shape. Gitanjali. All those days, my husband was eagerly hoping for the initiation, but it was being postponed as mother continued to have temperature. My husband was rather troubled too about his father, who was still in indifferent health, and he was in a hurry to go back. One day, when we went to pay our respects to mother, she, sensing the trouble in my husband's heart, asked him to wait for the initiation. Then, in complete faith, he stayed on. A few days passed thus. The next day happened to be Vishu as well as the full moon day, which is considered very auspicious for worshippers of Devi. My husband had hoped and prayed that he might be blessed with initiation on that sacred day. To increase his hopes, a couple of days back, he had a rare vision of the mother, assuring him of her benediction. As it had come when he was praying for the blessing of initiation, his hopes mounted high. For Vishu, the New Year day, mother's picture was being decorated beautifully by Mr. S, and all of us were asked to come early on the morning of Vishu to have mother's darshan. We were allowed to see mother before we left. Mother told my husband that the doctors were insisting that she should take complete rest for some more days. My husband looked so crestfallen that mother had suddenly, in her simple, charming way, "Anyway, please come tomorrow morning. It is not a promise, but I will see." With these hopeful words ringing in our hearts, we came away. The New Year day Vishu dawned. With hope and joy in our hearts, we went to Mambalam at about 8 in the morning. Many other devotees too had come there for worship. Mother's picture, decorated with flowers and garlands, looked too lovely for words. A shining brass lamp had been lighted, and lady devotees were going in pradakshina around the lamp singing melodious bhajans. After Arati at mother's picture, most of the devotees left. Mother had sent word through mistress that my husband was to be given initiation that day. Our joy knew no bounds. We sat talking to Shri Krishna Bhagawan as we later addressed him. It was a great privilege to have a few minutes with him. He was always extremely kind and loving to us, and in his own way helped us by his choice words of wisdom to know mother better. Suddenly, mother came into the room. She went to Bhagawan and bowed down with great humility and devotion at his feet. With equal humility and with hands folded in devotion, he returned her salutations. The sacred bond between them touched something deep in our hearts. With a serene smile, mother rose and asked my husband to follow her. I tried to join in the conversation, but I could not. My heart was full. A few minutes passed and the ethereal fragrance began to pervade the air around us. Someone remarked that mother must be in a very exalted mood at that time of initiation, as even closed doors could not prevent the fragrance from coming out. My husband was going through the most important hours of life, and my heart was with him, sharing the wonderful moments. I went inside and sitting alone before the mother's picture, began to pray. My heart rose up in a wave of thanksgiving to her, who was imbued with the power to shape the life of thousands, yet walked in our midst in her own simple, unaffected way. I felt our littleness, our unworthiness as never before, and wondered what we had ever done to deserve this blessing. like some master musician who raises by his mere touch the loveliest melodies from any sort of instruments. Mother, by the magic touch of her divinity, makes us give out all that is best and loveliest in us. As I sat there in silent prayers, Mother came out and told me that she would talk to both of us later. When my husband came out of the puja room, he looked as if he had undergone a soul stirring experience. He was unable to say anything. He was too moved for words. He had been told by mistress that we were to have our lunch with Mother. Soon we had the most pleasurable meal we ever had. In Mother's accelerating presence, we never knew what we were eating. After meals, Mother talked to us about our future life as initiated disciples. I give here a guest of the precious words spoken then. I had jotted them down. Believe, my children, that the most sacred and subtle path for the realization of truth has been opened for you. The aim of human life is to realize the Supreme Being, to attain identity with the Absolute, and to be free forever from the samsaric cycle of birth and death. The essence of Mother's teaching is the fulfillment of this noble aim, even while you are in the midst of Grihasthashrama. The great word of the Guru, the technique of meditation and concentration, and above all, the limitless divine grace are all there with you to guide you to the God. A life of consecration, of dedication to the great cause is awaiting you. Know without doubt that the Guru's words are Vedavakya. The realized Guru, who has become one with truth, is no longer bound by Maya. He is ever free. Each moment in life, the Jiva is bound and enslaved by the power of Maya. So only the Supreme Guru, who is eternally established in the knowledge of Brahman, can free you from all bondage. When one is bound by the strangling cords, how can he free another? Even in secular knowledge, you cannot proceed without the guidance of a learned teacher. To cross the insurmountable barriers of delusion in your journey to truth, the authentic guidance of a great preceptor alone can lead you. There must be endless love, divine patience, infinite compassion and forbearance in the Guru. Human regeneration is not an easy task. Whatever degradation is there, the Guru has to take up the cross of self-suffering to uplift that soul. Even if one revives the Guru, the real Guru has blessings alone to give even to such a one. But never hear any Guru Ninda. It is a Shishya's great dharma. Know that this gift has come to you from the unconditional mercy of the Mother, and as the Guru, the saving word of Atma-upadesha, which is the very essence of Vedas, has been granted. Guru and his word are not separate, but one indivisible power which will awaken you and manifest as illumined consciousness in you as you rise higher in sadhana. Forget not for a moment that these words coming from the Mother's heart are for your future guidance in the innumerable problems and struggles of life. Life is fickle and fleeting, an ever-rotating wheel of happiness and sorrow. The human birth is a result of past karmas. You experience reactions in the form of pleasures and pains according to your own prarabdha. At such moments of trials and tribulations, question not Guru or God, for God is not the cause. You are the worshippers of Devi, and now you are the children of the Divine Mother. You have come face to face with the great reality. You have to bear in mind this truth and cherish it as the greatest treasure in the heart of your hearts. To doubt or question is a great wrong. a trespass against the divine. There should be right thinking and understanding and implicit acceptance of Guru's teachings. Human mind alone is the cause of all ills, the seat of fear, sorrow, anxiety, and desire. As you practice japa, prayers, and meditation, gradually the modes and vagaries of the mind will be stilled. The mind will gain equipoise and peace. The intellect will blossom, and the power to discriminate between truth and untruth will awaken by itself. Amidst the labyrinth of worldly desires and attachments, you can proceed on the inner path only through deep discriminating power. At all times, try and concentrate your mind on the subtle meaning of Mahavakya. It is a dynamic, effulgent power capable of clearing the mind of its delusive moods. The power of the Aptavakya is imprinted in the consciousness at the time of the initiation. As the mind becomes modeless, the awareness will dawn that you are neither the body, nor the mind, nor the senses, but the eternal, immutable self. When this is achieved, you will manifest tremendous soul force. Thus will emerge a dynamic power in the home, divinizing the whole family. Faith in the Guru is the staunchest motivation. Intense devotion to God results in the descent of divine grace, Ishvara Kripa, which in turn grants the darshan of a realized Guru. When you surrender to the Guru and become his disciple, you become the recipient of Guru Kripa. It is Guru Kripa alone that annihilates Maya and grants you the realization of the Absolute. Be vigilant always. Let the faith in the Guru's teachings be your life current. Allow no force of delusion or any adverse happening to dim that faith. Ever have faith in Mother's saving grace. When moments of despair come, hold on to the Guru's feet with hands of faith and love. Whatever you are, the unseen divine hands will be tenderly protecting you. Mother rose to retire to her room with a smile of tender blessing. Charanam Sharanam Ramambige, Charanam Sharanam Trayambage. Jai Mother.